What would you call someone like me?
Sissy,
Dyke?
hijra,
Packet maybe.
butch,
Kinnar?
unnatural,
Obnoxious.
retard. Words, more words turning into abuses.
Words that cut deeper than any sword. Words that wound deeper than any bullet. Words that provide you what? Comic relief. Words that make you feel superior. Words that hide your insecurities.
How would you react to someone like me? Kill me for your unrequited honor? Lynch me for expressing myself? Oh, how do I tell you how the society has treated us? Every day is a battlefield. Everywhere there are enemies. In this heterosexual world that you call free, it is the prison of binary where we are jailed. In this prison of normativity, we are a pathology, an anomaly that needs to be removed, a parasite that needs to be exterminated, a disease that needs to be cured. How would I have known? Tell me, how would I have known that my mother's womb would be the Venus flytrap? Cradled in the warmth of my mother's womb, only a fetus, either male or female, never any other. Out of the womb, fresh into the world, only a baby, either a boy or a girl, never any other. Either pink or blue, never any other. How do I tell you? Tell me, how do I tell you that the monsters were not under my bed, but in my house in plain sight? My uncle used to say, "Hey, let's play a game." While his hands befriended my pants, it did not feel like a game. My school was the playground of cruelty where the bullies used to assemble to shed blood. Beaten, pinched, called names, pulling us down, flesh by flesh, voice by voice, words by words. Who talks about the hijra community? Always most misunderstood, familiar only on the streets or the railway tracks, begging and trading flesh, never familiar in an office. People's faces creased by frowns, seeing the hijra community on the street. Oh, what a ruckus, you say. Oh, but imagine being constantly ostracized by the society, no access, forced into abject poverty, reduced to nothing. Us as a community bullied for being lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, asexual, pansexual, gender fluid, gender non-conforming, bullied for being us. Yet the hypocrisy of all brings out the parody, doesn't it? Ours is a proud nation built on the ethos of our history. A history where powerful gods and goddesses in the free land of our mythological stories freely expressed plural sexuality. Oh, it was all queer and lovely. Yet us community has only seen misery. Stuck in a perpetual colonial hangover, Krishna cannot be Mohini today because if he does, he will be deemed obnoxious and a monster. Krishna has to keep Mohini hidden so that he can get an education, a job, some status, a life. Why? Because everybody wants to escape the vicious cycle of poverty. Any life is better than poverty. But alas, the irony of poverty is such. Like an endless maze, every turn etched with pain. Ours is the community living in poverty of basic necessities, of social status, of equal rights, of a quality life.
We celebrated the 377 verdict. 2018 was a year of independence. The closet was broken and we are not criminals anymore. What now? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about the young boy from the village who's trying to figure out why he's not attracted to a girl. Let's talk about the young girl from an Orthodox family ashamed of her breast, hiding herself. Let's talk about your queer colleague out of the closet yet still hiding behind judgmental stares. Let's talk about the hijra community clapping on the streets for a dime with hands marked by calluses of struggle because they have mouths to feed. Let's talk about acceptance in all spaces, inclusive workspace, representation, access to education, a livelihood, equal rights, less hate, more love to all colors. Because what you believe does not change the fact that we exist. We are the future. The future is here and the future is queer. So unbuckle your monochrome shoes and put on a colorful one. Take no pride in prejudice. Take a step into how the inclusive world feels like. Let the community be, because you cannot dam an ocean. Because you know what the calm always leads to, a storm. To everyone living with a secret Mohini or a Krishna, ask yourself, why does it matter? Who does it flatter? We are more than a singular bracket. Plurality is the future. Our stories matter. And when the day falls and the social monsters shackle you with chains, remember, there's always a community, a sacred space to call our own, a space where we can return to again and again, a space where we belong, a community where love is the language. Because love doesn't discriminate. Love is pure. and the cure.